Hello, 121. It is I, Brian White, and today I'm going to start poking holes in Harry's scalp to begin the reroot process. Since last we spoke, I have scrub-a-dub-dubbed all the glue gunk off of his head. I've used liquid fusion to try and seal the blasted hole in his skull. Things I used for these procedures, I used Goo Gone, not Goof Off. I used Goo Gone. Perhaps I should have used Goof Off because that might be stronger. Goo Gone didn't really do anything. I sprayed it all over his head. It made a huge mess. I waited 5 minutes. I used a toothbrush. I used boxer cloth. I used hot water and soap. I used my fingernail. Nothing was really working until I started scrubbing his head with the green side of a dish sponge, and that started to work. Unfortunately, it chafed his ears a bit, so his ears have some chafing. I think I'll just paint his ears a little pink, because that's normal, and maybe I'll paint the back of his neck a little pink too, like sun exposure. But we won't worry about that right now. I want to start poking holes in his scalp. His scalp, which is still stained with the glue from his wig, but it's no big deal. Any stains we can probably get out with 10% benzoyl oil peroxide, even though we weren't patient enough to do so with Basil's feet. We will be patient enough with Harry. And I have some pins here. I have a big bowl, and I have a water kettle, electric water kettle. So I'm going to dip Harry's head in the water. His face will be covered in a plastic bag. I will dip Harry's head in the water for 5 minutes to soften it. I haven't decided yet if I will remove his head to do this. Probably not for the front of the scalp. But when I get to the nape, I will definitely have to remove his head, I think. Anyway, I'm giving myself 10-minute intervals after taking him out of the water, because that's how long I feel the head will stay soft. 10-minute intervals to poke, and I hope to poke 70 to 100 holes in each interval. And I have roughly 1,000 holes that I need to poke. So given that I have to heat his head up for 5 minutes after every 10-minute interval, that's gonna be like 5 hours, no breaks. And assuming I do take breaks, because I need to make sure that I take care of myself, because I have this raging cold and I might need to take a break. I mean, I'm already losing focus. I'm probably gonna take breaks. So this is gonna take me 7 hours to do. So yeah, I'll check in with you after the first 10-minute interval, perhaps. It hasn't even been an hour, but I'm giving up. I've poked maybe 25 at most. $25 holes. As soon as I poke them, when I pull the pin out, they disappear. And I made a boo-boo by poking one a little too close to the other, and I worry that when I put the hair plug in, it's gonna split that hole and it'll be a big hole. I know that toner dolls tend to have this malfunction, but I need to heat the head like every 10 minutes. The head gets hard after like 5 minutes. So I'm just gonna wait for the hair to arrive, and then I'll poke and then plug, and I'll just do it that way because the way it's going now, it's just not happening. You can probably see the hole right above the very tippy corner of the sideburn. That hole is too close to the other holes. And then I did some right at the top of the head. Here is the back of the head, and there are dots everywhere. Hello, it's the next day. Yes, I'm wearing the same shirt. I received the package yesterday and I started working on his hair. So far, I have the front of the hairline done. I've done 40 plugs. And in the process of doing these 40 plugs, I bent one reroot needle and broke a reroot needle. And another reroot needle is already slightly bent. And those are all the reroot needles the package came with. So what I did was I took wire cutters and I cut the top of a needle in my sewing kit off, and I filed it a bit with a nail file. So I'm gonna see how that works. Here's Harry. Here is my makeshift rerooting tool, which I really hope works. I've done 121 plugs on Harry. So I've done the whole left side of the head to the sideburn, done the whole front, and I'm almost done with the right side. And because I've done 121 plugs, and I have 121 subscribers, I thought I would give you a little treat. I don't know if it's a treat or if it's gonna be boring, but I'm gonna show you how I do it. So I've developed a system. I get roughly 8 or 9, it's usually 8 or 9 strands of hair at a time. And that I fold in half, snip, and then I fold the half in half, snip, and then I get the other half, I fold that in half, Snip. And there you've got 4 plugs, and I do that twice while the electric kettle is boiling. So I've managed to get it up to 8 plugs per boil. Snip. And it takes maybe 5 minutes for it to boil, and then I let Harry sit in the boiled water for 5 minutes. And then it can take me anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes to do the first 4 plugs, and then I put him in to soak for 5 more minutes, and then it takes me 2 to 5 minutes to do the last 4 plugs. So that's a total of almost 30 minutes, I would say. So each boil session takes 30 plus minutes. And I need to do 22 to 23 more boil sessions until I'm done with the entire hairline. And then I have to do the whole scalp. So while that's still boiling, I'm going to tighten the tool. I take pliers. Put it in like this. Take a cotton t-shirt and I twist. I've done 2 boils already today. This is my 3rd, and I try to do 5 a day. As soon as the kettle turns off, you're gonna want to pour the water in the bowl. Set the kettle back down, get your plastic bag, and put Harry's head. Try and balance him at the most vertical angle possible. While that's going, I am cutting things, but I already cut things, so I'm kind of just chilling out. So here he is. Take a pin, see the next spot you want to poke. Right there. Push it through. Pull it out, get your strand, wrap it over your finger, hook it with the long end of the rerooting tool, make sure everything is nice and even. And boom, 1 plug done. 3 more to go in this round. that's nice and even. Okay, right there. Okay, sometimes I forget to use the pin first. Does it make much of a difference? I don't know. Once you're happy with it, poke. Now, immediately after 4 plugs, stick him back in the water. For 5 more minutes. Okay. In between now and then, let's tighten the needle. Tool is tightened. Lay him down. First hole.
into the room, you know you made my eyes burn. It was like James Dean, for sure. You're so fresh to death and sick as cancer. You're so punk rock, I grew up on hip-hop. You fit me better than my favorite sweater. And I know that love is mean and love hurts. I still remember the day we met in December. Oh baby, I will love you till the end of time. I will live a million years. Always remember that you're mine. Baby, can't you see through the tears? Love you more than those pictures before. Say you'll remember. Say you'll remember, oh baby. Ooh, I will love you till the end of time. Big dreams, gangster. Said you had to leave to start your life over. I was like, no, please, stay here. We don't need no money, we can make it all work. But he headed out on Sunday, said he'd come on Monday. I stayed up waiting, anticipating and pacing, but he was chasing bigger. Caught up in the game, that was the last I heard. I will love you till the end of time. I will wait a million years. Always you'll remember that you're mine. Baby, can't you see through the tears? Love you more than those bitches before. Say you'll remember. Say you'll remember, oh baby. Ooh, I will love you till the end of time. You went out every night, and baby, that's alright. I told you that no matter what you did, I'd stay by your side. 'Cause I'm your ride or die.
Done.
Whether you fell
Done with
or
8
fly,
plugs.
or shit and
And the whole process took 24 minutes.
It's really filling out. This front is all good. I have to redo a few plugs because they fell out. But no biggie. That's how I do it. Happy 121.